So these are the 10 tips that I'm going to go through. I'll try and be quite quick, take questions after. The slightly less interesting one first. I'm sure you guys have heard about this, maybe, yes? Maybe. It's quite a while away. This date seems to move all the time, but for the purpose of today, I just put that in here. So the way we're using data of our customer is changing. I've got a meeting with our legal department this week to start that process because it's going to be a huge shift in the way that we hold customer data. And it's not just happening in the EU, it's also happening in Brazil, China and Turkey. So whilst I wouldn't say this is obviously mission critical, it's something that you should read up on. Data IQ is a company that does a lot of white papers and information on this. And it's just something to really sow into the business now rather than later. NPS, does everybody use Net Promoter Score here or start? Yes. So I love Net Promoter Score. I think it's fantastic, mainly because companies love numbers, and that's a number, and everybody from finance can relate to that. However, it means a lot more, but it also has some challenges with it in that you learn so much about your customer, and they're going to recommend you to friends. You obviously go to the customers that are going to recommend, and then you learn why, and you adjust. But the challenge is if you have 10 different things that you're going to do, you need to make sure that you can actually deliver those. So there's one thing about knowing what your customer wants, but also building the infrastructure to yield to that. So returns processes can always be more efficient, but that can't change overnight, right? You've got a lot of different systems going on. These are the 3 areas that I focus on. So really understanding what service, so we get a lot of, we correlate what we get on NPS with our customer service and see whether there's some themes coming through. Product insight, I love taking these big Excel A3 files up to the product department and saying, right, by style, this is what our customers are saying. And they're just, oh wow, this is so interesting. But you have to really keep on them because people that design products typically are so close to them, they seldom get that two-way conversation with the customer. And NPS also helps us learn a lot about what is and what is not working. And then education. So I mentioned before, I mean, that's a finance example, but NPS for me is a bit of a Trojan horse straight to the board. Once you can start articulating and benchmarking your NPS score against other industries and markets, you start to realize how you're trading versus other businesses. Lean principles. This is something I'm really excited about. So we're working with a UX consultant called Danny Hearn, and I've put his URL on the next page, but this is going to really help us as a business focus more about the customer. So for an example, if you think about Black Friday, which I'm in the middle of right now, I hope you all are too, by the way, I can't believe you're actually here. We think about business goals, money, make more. And seldom do we actually think, well, hang on, what does the customer want? What are they actually trying to do? So this is an example. There's a lot of words here, but you'll get this presentation after and you can start to think about how it could work to you for your business. So customer goal could be, I want fashionable and comfortable sandals for my next holiday. I want quick and easy service versus going in store. One of my pain points is my size always runs out when I shop online. Business goals is we're trying to increase new product sales, so we've got new products coming next year, we're trying to develop new customers, but we also want to do that sustainably. We don't want to change our sales mix so our business changes quickly. So it's much bigger than 2 slides, but these are some of the issues that can come. So once you start thinking about customer goals, your business goals actually need to calibrate to the customer goals, and then you move forward on a joint consensus, as opposed to just saying, let's email all these people quickly. You're actually trying to understand why you should email them. So one of the things we're doing next year with our new products is we're going to put a lot more education, a lot more content on the site. And our shoes actually have a lot of technology in them, but seldom do we really brag about them to the way that will actually benefit the customer. So it's about stepping the customer in, especially on the email front, is really drip in why we've got this product, why we've created it, the benefit to them, as opposed to saying, new products here, buy now. So I put it down here, you'll get this, but he's done a few webinars, but he's really helping us pivot the way we think about the customer, which is, again, has been very Excel sheet driven right now. Make returns your friend. So I personally love returns because it really highlights what's going on. Typically in Monday morning trading meetings, merchandisers are the only ones that talk about returns. I like to talk about them a lot more because they help you really understand why, if you've got sizing issues, yes, you have reason codes, but there's a lot more happening. could your profitable customers actually be your highest returners as well? I didn't get it so much in the sports retailing game, but in the fashion game, customers buy a lot and they return a lot, but also they can elicit our most profitable customers as well. We look at I've mapped out our returns process it's quite a boring task, but it's quite interesting to understand. If you're a customer, and we're not doing Collect Plus right now, and I hope we do that quickly, but for me as a consumer, that's quite a mandatory step. And you want to learn what can happen if you do introduce that. Right now, I think we've got a key challenge there to really make that happen. The net value of our customers is a big one. I've mentioned that already. Trying to understand the sales mix. Some people in our business report on all the sales that are generated, but if they're returning half of them, that's sort of a waste of time. Attribution. This is where it can get a bit nerdy. Do you guys do attribution modeling with emails? Okay. We work with Storm Attribution. So they have a look at every touch point the customer is making by channel and by device, which is really interesting. So this is an example of one of our more profitable customers in the last week. And it's quite a long period, so 17 days to convert, but they looked at so many emails. It was really interesting. So this is one email that they looked at twice on a mobile and then on a tablet. And then in the middle cycle, they were looking at another email, but then they were coming to the site and they were looking at tablet both times. And then they finally made a purchase on a tablet. So we start to now think a lot more about the full mobile, tablet and desktop experience. The business, again, maybe because it's B2B side, is very desktop driven. But our customer consumes more than 60% of our emails on a tablet or mobile device, which is very interesting. If you guys use Google Analytics, I love Google Analytics. I've used the free and the premium version. These are the four that I play with the most. So position-based attribution, which is I'm giving credit to not only the first email for the sale, but I'm also giving credit to the direct channel for the sale. So you start to see which channels are helping assist conversion. The reason why I'm talking about attribution is because email, for a lot of businesses, is an enabler for sales. It can be very batch and blast and very horrible like that, but can actually also help just nudge those extra conversions over the line. This data cube, if you use Google Analytics Premium or any of the Adobe Analytics core metrics, you can get data-driven attribution where it changes all the time by channel. So typically this is quite a linear attribution process, but I'll stop it there because hop onto Google. If you don't know anything about attribution, it is quite a dry topic, but it can be quite interesting on a Monday trading meeting to understand what your customer's doing. Benchmarking. So I do a lot of benchmarking to see how we're performing not only on email deliverability, but what we're like by market as well. So all of these pictures have links behind them as well, so when you get the presentation, you can have a look. I don't know if you guys do this as well, but Smart Insights, I've used the IBM one quite a bit to see what our open rates are like, click-throughs, emails by device. And again, putting that in your dashboards and feedback to your business is a great way for business owners to understand whether we're doing well or we need to improve in some areas. Customer mapping. So again, this is part of our UX journey. So this was only just done last week. So we've got a customer service team now. And these guys are so undervalued in our business, but they speak to so many of our customers frequently from around the world. This is them putting up on posters every sort of core challenge I think they've got with customers. So it could be sizing issues, where's my order, tried to purchase something on email but it wasn't on the site. All this really rich content that typically a business doesn't get frequently. We're trying to distill that now into actionable insight that we can now integrate into our business. I encourage you to really do that with your customer service team if you don't already. It only takes about an hour, 2 hours, but the information you get from it is quite amazing. I'm in the process of auditing all of our transaction emails. That's another area that seldom is looked at. So some of these are a little uninspirational. This is what we send after post-purchase, through Bazaar Voice. So we send an automated email. And again, we stitch all of that together to see, right, by channel and by customer segment, who's using, for example, the Bazaar Voice content, who's not looking at particular emails, where can we make things more efficient. And I think we always forget that there's actually a transactional element as much as there is a promotional element. I don't know if you guys agree, but I'm putting a lot more effort into the transaction environment as well. Marketing automation, I'm sure a lot of you do this already. I always bang on about this because I think it's just so important. These are the programs that I always focus on. So welcome, we put effort into that pretty much every month to just tweak to see what we can do better, and we A/B the hell out of that as well. A/B test, pardon me. Basket and browse abandonment, win back for those lapsed email subscribers, birthday, one of the simplest programs. Post-purchase, so that can also be on, we haven't heard from you for a while, but if they filled out a survey, maybe there's a bit more insight in there as well, and loyalty by customer group. 360-degree email insights. So we use not only our ESP data, but we use Litmus. If you guys use Litmus, love that tool. And it's free. You don't actually have to pay for it straight away. You can actually track a lot about what your emails are doing by device. And you can change the campaign each time. By device, how long they're reading, skimming, or glanced. And actually, this is some live data from our business. 85% of our readers spend longer than 2 seconds on an email. And what we do once a month is we go up to our designers who do all of our emails, and we work through everything. We tell them what was sent, how it worked, what the performance was, because typically they just design and they give it to us. But our business was designing a lot on desktop, so there's very long cascading emails. But we said, well, hang on, everybody's looking at our emails on a tablet or mobile device. They're probably just going swipe 1, swipe 2, and that's done. So now we make things responsive. Less is more. It's all about the landing page of the email as opposed to putting the landing page on the email. Think about that. Litmus is a great enabler to help you code a lot better and inform other stakeholders that help you with your emails on what is and what isn't working. So this is my last tip. You might see my presentation has a lot of little graphics in it. This is the most underrated thing that I talk about because infographics, once you put the hard work in once, so if you want to put your whole customer on an A4 sheet of paper, you can actually engage with a whole lot of stakeholders and they'll all walk away with the same message versus me just talking to you right now. If I didn't have these slides, you probably remember the 2 things I'm saying. But I could test you and hopefully you would know quite quickly that 80% of our visitors are actually female, but then you can start integrating all the different campaigns that you're doing, all the different insights by customer, the time to purchase, the lag to purchase, profitability. It's quite endless, but once you do the hard work once, all you need to do is update it. So just file it away and it becomes like a swipe file. And we get asked for a lot of insight because we're now starting to give a very B2B business a lot more insight about our customer. And the insight's far more digestible. So can anybody, I just want to make sure I'm not the only one here, do you guys use infographics in your jobs or is it big data sheets? And it's a few nods. PictoChart, there's quite a few companies that do it, even Word you can get away with it sometimes, but just put a bit of effort into articulating who your customer is and actually go to a few people in your business. It's quite interesting that everybody gets involved quite quickly. So if you said to me, right, Nick, what should I take away from this presentation? I would focus on lean principles because all of my recommendations come around the customer. So lean principles, so yeah, hop onto Danny's blog and learn a lot more about customer and business goals. Customer journey mapping, again, quite a long-winded process, but very beneficial. And then my last is infographics. So that's it. If you have any questions after, please, I think there's a microphone running.
Yes,
yeah?
Never mind questions after. We're going to start taking questions now. But thank you.
Oh, okay, there you go.